Patrick Reusse, what's going on this Monday for you?
Well, the main thing going on is I think last Friday we were talking about perhaps how the Carlos Correa thing happened, and it apparently I had some very bad information that I put in there, and I think that was around that. I talked to Derek Falvey at 7:30 this morning. Falvey and Dana Brown made the trade, and then they got Jim Crane and Joe Polad just said, "Okay, this is fine." And then the $33 million went to the Astros, and the rest of it was picked up by Correa. So what I was babbling about on Friday was wrong, and we would just like to set the record straight. It was apparently a normal trade that the general managers negotiated, and Jim Crane did not initiate it, according to my current sources. So I would like to say I was wrong. So, and we also learned a lesson about babbling on podcasts because we have aggregators. Is that what we call
Aggregators, yeah,
Sports Illustrated? I
they're
remember when Sports Illustrated wasn't an aggregator, that it was the greatest publication in the history of American sports writing. But they are looking for something, and this became a headline, and it was wrong. Okay, I screwed up, and I would like to apologize all those who were offended or misled, more so than all those that were misled on this thing. So anyway, that said, we went through the weekend with the fallout from all the most historic trade. It has been confirmed, right? Nobody else ever made that many deals involving that many plays
oh,
in
excellent.
modern history.
Yeah.
I would assume back when Connie Mack was dumping his team, there was not a trade deadline. You could just do any time you want to in the 1910s. I don't know how many years there has been a deadline, but nobody's done this, and obviously, we got to see a lot of the fallout from it yesterday. Were you watching ESPN last night when Johan Duran came in the game?
No, but I saw him come in the game on Friday night.
Yes. Well, last night it was even better because it was a one-run emotional game, a Sunday night. That place in Philadelphia was jam-packed, and you get the night vibe,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he came in, and that place was going insane at the production. That the Twins not only traded them Duran, they traded them the production. Apparently, they had a copyright on the production,
Really?
and help Philadelphia set it up. To
No
how,
kidding.
how it worked. Yes, and now Philadelphia added a couple of things to it, but the Twins. Now this, I think I have confirmed better than what I talked about Friday. But the Twins could have prevented them from doing it. Well, they're not going to do that. And not only that, but their staff helped Philadelphia get it right, and
Cool.
it was fantastic last night. And then he came in, and he got the outs, and they won the game, and they are. This is exactly what we needed. This is the Philadelphia vibe. We needed to fix the bullpen, and we got this guy.
Yep.
And he was as happy. I gotta think he felt like he died and went to heaven. I mean, he had a good time here, and he got a great reception.
Yep.
But man alive, what a night when the ballpark's jam packed full like it is in Philadelphia most nights.
So the one thing though that the Twins missed completely on, and the Phillies did immediately, was this Durantula thing, which I guess he went by the name Durantula here, and no one capitalized on it. What a
Yeah.
marketing blunder!
Yes, I
It's a
never.
t it's a
I did.
T-shirt.
Well, I got news for you. I never knew about
I didn't
Tarantula
either.
until you just mentioned it last night. I missed
Declan
that.
said it's been a thing, and they just didn't market it.
Wow,
It's
unbelievable.
genius.
Yes, it is. Well, you know what I'm wondering? You think Philadelphia? You think ESPN's having any doubts, maybe about bringing back baseball at a reduced rate.
Oh yeah, they are.
They got Sunday night games,
Yep.
which are, can be national events if you have the right games.
Yep.
And you got New York, Philadelphia, L.A., and Chicago, which are vibrant. Those are pretty big markets. Also Atlanta to some extent, even though they're having a bad year. But you got some huge markets
Yep.
that really care about baseball. There's a lot of dead ass towns like one we're living in at this moment, but and it maybe nationally doesn't do the ratings you like, but the people who were watching that game last night were invested. I
Hmm.
would think, it was a fun one-run game. And it's really been, and because we're on the down end of it, it's really been an interesting baseball season, don't you think? I mean, all the teams that had
Oh yeah.
winning streaks and then kind of faded and then
Yep.
come back, and you got Milwaukee somehow having the best record in baseball. And
Look at the Giants. They've been
yeah,
awful since the Devers trade, and the Red Sox got better.
yeah, the Red Sox. I mean, that town's back and fired up because they got Roman Anthony, and they've decided he's the next Carl Yastrzemski. And there's, as I said, there's a lot of goofy stuff happening. I mean, you got Tampa Bay playing in a spring training park, and you got the Athletics playing in Sacramento, and you got a lot of low key, lousy stuff going on. But you also have a lot of vibrant stuff going on. And the New York Yankees go to Miami this weekend, get swept in front of 35,000 people 3 days in a row. The worst town in baseball. They usually get 6,000, but the
Yes.
Yankees are there. Half the
Yes.
crowd's Yankee fans, and the Marlins beat them all three. Did you
Hmm.
see how they lost those games? The Friday night game, they're ahead 6-0,
Yep.
9-4, and then 12-10 in the bottom of the ninth. And not only do the three pitchers they acquired, the relievers, give up 9 runs, but the infielder they acquired to improve their defense makes a 3-run error to lose the game. Right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it was a comic show. Then Saturday they get shut out 2-0, got about 3 hits, and then yesterday they get beat routinely too, 6-1 or something. And I had the privilege of listening to the Yankee telecast down the stretch last when I saw they were
Oh
losing 6-1.
yeah.
Michael Kay, Michael Kay gets away with being way more objective than most home announcers do because it's the Yankees. You
Yes.
know, this, it wasn't disgraceful, but it was something like the Yankees get swept out of Miami, and it
Did you
wasn't
see the Saturday play when Jazz Chisholm got doubled off second on a routine pop fly ball
really
to the second baseman? He got
no.
way off the bag. He got doubled up. It was incredibly stupid. Boone dragged Chisholm into the club, towards
Oh,
the
really?
down the steps, and then proceeded to go and yell at the first base coach. And the Yes Network showed it. It
They
was
showed the
great.
whole thing.
Twins
Yeah.
TV ain't showing Rocco
It,
melting
it,
down. I
it,
don't like. Did we see the Griffin Jacks thing? I think when he melted down in the dugout against the Red Sox last Wednesday, I think Nesson showed it. But I'm pretty certain I didn't see Twins TV capture
well,
that.
the only thing I saw was the confrontation on the mound. Was that
It was worse in the
Monday?
dugout.
Was that? Oh, it was worse in the
Yeah,
dugout.
Griffin
He
Jacks
yelled
went
at.
after him in the dugout.
Well, there are reports that and is that when then Correa decided to come into the
Yes.
manager's office?
Yes.
I don't think that does you any good if you're already in the doghouse to not be the guy who walks in yourself and apologizes or at least discusses it. You have to
Yep.
bring Correa. You have to bring the biggest fraud in baseball with you, right?
And then Dan Hayes of The Athletic reported this morning on Monday that Griffin Jack subsequently then asked to be traded, and that request was granted.
Oh, really?
That
Okay.
he had asked for a trade, and they couldn't find a market until late on Thursday for him.
Hmm. And
So it's
the
a
word
mess.
must have been out on him because I mean I've been saying all year you put him on the market, 15 teams want him, but then he then that last week didn't go too good.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, Air Force Academy guy, military. You think he's kind of the really the competitor you want, but apparently he's a little thin-skinned. I don't know. I'm not. I only talked to him 2 or 3 times, and he was fine.
Yeah.
But it's now what they I. How confused are you on who's where and who we got? I am. My mind is blowing. I don't know who did we get for Griffin Jacks. I don't know. I
It's
don't even know where he is. Where
it's
is he?
Taj Bradley, the pitcher from the
Oh, okay,
Rays.
Tampa
What
Bay. Okay,
it was a 1 for 1.
and they were kind of down on him to
Yes.
Taj
They had
Bradley.
sent him down.
They'd sent him down to work on things, and they were. So it was two disgruntled teams and
Correct.
trading now. Taj Bradley. We they didn't rush him up right away here. How come I look at the roster? We only got four starting pitchers on the roster. What's the deal? What
Your guess is as good as
I mean,
mine.
they're gonna have a bullpen game today in Detroit. Well, they basically had a bullpen game yesterday, right?
Yeah, and I guess Simeon Woods Richardson's skip
Sick.
was his start was skipped because it turned out he's got a stomach virus or something, so he's
Yes,
not going to
yeah,
pitch till Wednesday.
he was sick. So yeah, they were. But it's funny, like Saturday night,
Yeah.
uh, Rocco said that Simeon wasn't going to pitch Sunday, but he wouldn't tell everybody. He made it mysterious. Like I thought, okay, what did he do?
Yeah.
Another Tommy John or something, and then it turns out he's sick. So I I think they have improved the pitching in St. Paul though. They had that
Toby's
start
happy.
that's yeah. Toby for a week is happy, but it's uh, apparently
Yep.
this is probably the most attention that's been paid to the Twins since since they won a playoff series, right? And
Yes.
a couple of years ago. I mean, apparently, I heard from the Star Tribune that astonishing numbers on the Twins material. People upset, but looking at it, and I'm sure the same thing with us over, Score North and everywhere that it's the
Yes.
twi- the Twins content has never been bigger in the internet world, I guess. So
No, people were very very pissed. So
yes,
they stopped
but
being
curious.
apathetic for a week.
Yeah, but yeah, angry but curious.
Well,
That was
I think the mass destruction of the roster took people by
yes.
such shock. And I will continue to come back to this. The one that doesn't make sense and I think put people over the edge was Varland.
Oh, Barlin, yes. Now, but in return, the Varlin return was better than some of the others because the lefty apparently has got a chance to be a pitcher.
Yeah.
And, well, so far I haven't been terribly impressed with the left handed hitting outfielder since, were you watching yesterday?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I watched
ball in the
yesterday.
ninth inning, if
Yeah.
Wallner's still in right field, he puts it in his
He just
pocket.
just sort of
That
comes
guy's,
by it and
yeah,
whiffs
right.
at it.
He lets it go by him. And is Wallner so slow? You got a pitch run for him at second base with
Here's the
Kersey to get Wallner out of the
well,
outfield?
Rocco loves Kersey.
Yes.
He thinks he's Lou Brock on the bases.
Yes, right.
But Wallner's thing is, have you noticed he's actually not bad on the bases, but in the outfield he looks like he's, plodding. That's what I don't get because he can run the
He
bases.
would have reached up and caught that ball
Oh
last
yeah,
night.
no
He's
that was
not bad.
yeah.
He's not a
Yeah, that
bad.
guy's not going to
I
make it
don't
down
know.
the long.
He's been hitting a little bit lately, but
Yeah.
man, the numbers are down. You wonder what Larnick's long term is around here. If they like this guy that they got from Toronto. I don't know. Maybe this winter he ends up moving. I don't know. But
As Rocco said, we're going to get an opportunity to see everybody. This is a great opportunity.
just think if this was the days when in September you could have 40
Oh,
guys instead of just 28. That
oh.
they changed the rule back in the day. You might have 12, 13. Well, then again, maybe they don't want to pay for the bus fare or something. But 12 or you could have 13 guys that you were curious about coming up here, and without the pitcher limits and stuff like they have now. But yeah, it's fun right now though. And now Louis did come in yesterday. I saw him come in,
Yeah.
and he got two quick outs, and they were really the showman and the guys were really talking him up. And then Bobby Woods hits a double, and Pasquantino's hits a single, so they tie the game. And then Toronto gives up 7 in the top of the ninth. Other relievers did. I think they showed in the ninth why they wanted relief pitching. But we
Yeah.
also found out, as we said, for weeks, relief pitchers are the most valuable thing there are at deadline time.
Oh,
That
and in the playoffs, no
everybody
question.
wants relief pitcher, and we traded 4. By the way, the Tonks attempt for his first Twins save in appearance number 157 didn't go too well. It was
How
unbelievable.
about how about and he actually got the job done, but Funderburk came in for 2 innings on
Innings.
Sunday. That Olm kid, he came in
Yeah.
for 2 on Saturday. I mean, Rocco's to the point of he's like, hey, you take a couple, you
I
take a
was
couple.
I was surprised that the way they pitched him in the late innings yesterday that they didn't have who pitched the eighth? I can't. The one of the, oh, Cole Sands pitched the eighth.
Yes,
Then they sent the Tonk out for the ninth, and I
yes,
looked it up. He's had he had 3 previous saves. One with Atlanta, 2 with the Yankees. The year he pitched okay for the Yankees for about 2 months, and then when they decided to rely on him some, he went terrible. But
yep.
he was that he pitched 156 games for the Twins before yesterday. This was his chance for his first save, and didn't. But I did like. I've decided I like Esmaro Ramirez because he's built like me. We need a fat guy out there to close games. Damn it! So
He's not as fat, but he's got a little hint of a Rich Garces to him.
yes, he does. He does. One of the most amazing things in the history of man. This kid comes up. He's not lean. He's just husky. He pitches great down the stretch. We can't wait. We show up at spring training next year. He's a blimp. It's unbelievable. He went home and ate Puerto Rico or Mexico or wherever the hell he was from. His mom just said, "There, have another helping." It was unbelievable how big he got. Same with Jose Maharis.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah. Jose Mahara's another one.
I remember he's warming up in the bullpen, and he's left-handed, and I'm right. I said, I feel like I'm looking in a mirror, when I see him warming up in the bullpen. He just turned around on me.
This guy who closed out the game on Sunday, I looked him up. He's been around forever,
Ever, oh yeah,
like
like
2011.
and the starter yesterday. I read that he became the first player in a, quite a few years to pitch for to be with 4 teams in a year. This was his 4th team of the season.
Wow.
I didn't. I
Yeah, he's been terrible for most teams.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
checked out his stats.
yeah.
Yeah.
He fooled them for 4 innings yesterday, and but it is you know I the Star Tribune and Kenny Chow must have been in there because he had a get to know him headline in the what year was get to know him?
Oh two?
Butch was a rookie.
Oh one? It might have
Was
been
it
oh one. It might have been TK's last year. It was right around that
really?
time.
I thought it was before then. I thought we got no. Butch wasn't get to know him.
No, no. Butch
I
I
really
like
love
that
that.
kid
I like
from
that kid.
Calvin.
So get to know him was
Early,
TK's last year.
early 2000s.
Okay, I'll
I'll
have
see if
to
I can
look that
find it,
up.
but it was Metrodome, and it was like Przynski, Hunter came up around that time, Minkiewicz, that group.
Okay. I was wrong then. I thought it was way earlier than that.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, this is definitely it. I mean the initial curiosity is great, and the Yankees are here next week, right? I
No, the
think.
Yankees are here to end the season.
No, I
They
thought they
go
were.
to the Twins are
Oh, they
going
go
there.
to New York. They
Yeah, the
go to
Twins are
New York.
going there, and they end the
So they just
season.
come home. They just come home for a few days and then go to New
Yeah,
York.
yeah. They play 3 here against. They play 3 here against KC, and I'm very curious about Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you?
Oh, what the reaction will be?
Yeah.
Who's going to get the booze? Yeah, that's for.
Rocco?
Yeah, it could be
I mean, it's
Ryan,
not
but
him, but
it'll
he might
have
get
to
the
be.
booze.
It'll have to be. They'll have to take it out on somebody, right?
Oh God, yeah. If they
Mhm.
show up,
Yeah, right. They're Kansas City wasn't going to pack them in
no.
anyway. So. August, used to be big when rural Minnesota had a lot more people in it, and the mom and dad would come in from the farm in August and stay for 4 days or something and watch games. But those days are long over.
Yeah. I don't think I was trying to recall the last time that I felt this much venom towards the Twins.
Hmm.
Like just anger.
Hmm.
And I can't recall if it was the beginning of Target Field when they fell off. But I think the one thing too, Pat, is though when you trade what 10 players in
Hmm.
like 3 days,
3 days, yeah.
it wasn't even that all the trades were bad. I think it was just such a white flag, and that makes
Yeah.
fans mad. So
Well, and a white flag, and it wasn't a white flag for the rest of this season. It was a white flag
yeah,
for maybe
the
5
Correa
years,
dump I
three
still don't
years.
mind.
Oh God, no! I don't think
So
anybody does. We really, I love the guy as a shortstop, right? But he he progressively became more annoying to me this year,
well,
and
how about his
particularly
whole?
this
I
year.
went to Rocco about moving to third base, and Baldelli confirmed he did it twice.
And there's Rocco, there's Royce standing over there at third base, who's a better
Yeah.
player than him.
Yes.
Why would where you want to put Royce? We don't want Royce at second. We put him there for about 4 games. He almost killed himself. A guy that's been injured that often. So why would you why would you want to move to third when your number one asset is as a
Yes.
defensive shortstop?
Yes.
I wrote that. That's that's what makes you somewhat valuable. But boy, in Houston, they're happy, man. This is the leadership they need. Although I did the one time I saw him bat this weekend, he took strike three with the bases loaded
Yes.
in a 4-run game. So he
Yes.
did. But you always knew that he was here by default.
Hmm.
That he had to. The Twins made him a $200 million offer that they knew had no chance to get him. And all of a sudden they're back saying, we'll take it. And they
Yep.
had no choice to get, to pay him. Of course, one of the great press conferences ever was Scott Morris taking on the entire medical industry, about Carlos not getting 300. So I don't know. It was more than anything, I think I was sad than angry. I was sad when I watched the Duran thing last night and saw what baseball can be
Yes.
and what we got now.
Yes.
That kind of
Well, those
that's kind
baseball, those exciting teams and more baseball towns,
of
like you go to games there and it's a vibe.
different. Well, I watched quite a bit of the Saturday afternoon game at Wrigley. I mean, it's unbelievable that they got when they're good. They got 40 anyway, but when they got 40 and they're good,
Yeah.
then it's really fun.
If people are watching the games, my experience is on the East Coast, they a lot of times they watch the game.
Yes.
They're
Oh
not
yeah.
there to like have a fun day and strength. They actually sit there and watch the game.
You know what's great too about the regular season crowds? We don't have to stand up every time somebody gets two strikes like these front running frauds that show up at exhibition games with their well tended brides and stand there like they've been watching the Yankees all year or something like that, and they're a bunch of phonies. And we have to get up every in the 2 out in the second inning. You're standing up. These people are standing up when you're supposed to be standing up when
Sure.
you're rallying in the eighth inning, right?
Yep.
In Wrigley, that's what they were. They were all up in the ninth inning when they were trying to come back the other day, and the Pete, who's struggling a little bit, well, Armstrong struck out to end the game, but they were up and they were into it. It wasn't some phony TV thing that we have to do because we see every other and waving. We're not waving anything. That's what I also
Oh,
like about
in
not the
Philly, they would
playoffs.
take those towels and shove them up your you know what if you stood up
Yes,
and waved them in front of somebody.
yes, right. That's right. Yeah, what a town that's turned into. I remember back there when their attendance was slipping a little after that dynastic run they had,
Hmm.
and their excuse was always, "Well, everybody's at the shore." In August they'd say at the shore. They weren't at the shore this weekend. There were 45,000 there every game.
Yeah, the Duran trade too to me is such a great playoff trade because that's when you need arms. Like you can have a bullpen that's decent and get you to the playoffs, but it ain't going to get you through the playoffs. Not
No,
not
not
with the amount of
anymore.
rounds now.
Not anymore. I think you really though, if you're heading for the playoffs and you got a guy like him, you got to tone her down in September. You can't be running him out. You got to try to
Yeah,
limit him to about 15 innings in September because
sure.
you're going to need all those bullets come you get in you get in the playoff game. He might have to get you 5 outs a few times. So that's it is amazing with these extended playoffs. We don't spend enough time worrying talking about the burden it puts on your top
Oh
pitchers.
God,
It's
yeah.
incredible. It's
Yes.
missing that first round, being one of the top two teams where you don't have to play that 3 game series and blow out your pitchers is huge.
Yes, it is.
So,
Yes, it is.
anyway,
But just the amount of games now, and like you said, rounds potentially, it's far more like what hockey or basketball now,
yeah,
right?
yes. Uh, we've covered the Twins pretty well. How much are we going to get to see of J.J. McCarthy in the exhibition opener?
The word is he is going to play. Now,
Wow,
now, now, this has not been
fantastic!
confirmed by the head coach. I'm going to try to get him to confirm this today. But if the precedent that O'Connell has set holds, he will play one or two series against Houston on Saturday, and that likely will be it.
That will be it. But because he's a first-year starter, can we treat him a little differently and
That's the question.
look at him a little more?
That's the question.
You know,
But you have
and
to play your first team then, and I don't know. Coaches hate that.
yeah,
Like you can't put him out with the
but
second offensive line.
and next week is when they have the scrimmages with the Patriots, right? 2 days,
Correct.
two
Yes.
days. So that's when McCarthy will play, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, this is the second home game on a Friday then?
No, Saturday, and then I think
Okay.
they close at Tennessee on the following Friday.
Boy, we got the good schedule. We get 2 home exhibitions and then 2 Europe games. So this is supposed to be a year when you have more road games
Yes.
than home games, and it's you got more home games than road games.
Well, those Europe games are, I think, once you get through like the travel and the potential sleep deprivation problems,
Yeah,
you're avoiding Pittsburgh and Cleveland. And
yeah.
Cleveland's terrible, but they're still packed, right?
Going to those 2 places, and now you get to stay there for 2 weeks. Are we the first team to stay there for 2 weeks?
Yes.
Wow, that's
The
unbelievable.
Vikings are a test case.
Okay,
They won't be the
wow.
last, Pat.
No, no, we are going to conquer the world here. Damn it! While we still can, that's for sure.
Exactly. Exactly.
All righty,
You good?
that's our benediction there on the Twins, and they're home Friday, and tickets are available now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey, before you go, though, if you're going to the game, what car should you be
You
driving?
should go to Jim Paul and Brett Paul's Valley Group of GM dealers. Buicks, Buick SUVs all over the lot. The 2024s are still coming at a great price. 2025s, the Envista, all forms that they have, all shapes and sizes, and right now low interest rates and high factory rebates. What more would you want? School is starting. That senior that's got the driver's license needs something to drive to school that's safe. We need
Yep.
something safe. Put those kids in SUVs. They're very safe. Anyway, Jim Paul, Brett Paul, Valley Group of GM dealers, they'll make it happen for you financially. Check out the inventory at the Valley Group website in Apple Valley.
We'll talk to you on Wednesday, Pat.
All
Thanks.
right, sir. Thank you.